On the morning of August 25, 1919, the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, stood on the edge of unrest. Streetcars clattered down narrow tracks, but beneath the routine hum of the city's transit, tension simmered. Streetcar workers, emboldened by the promise of fair wages and better conditions, took to the streets. Their demands were simple: recognition, respect, and the right to unionize. As they gathered in numbers, the air grew heavy with anticipation. The peaceful morning would soon give way to a conflict that would be etched into history as a battle of the barn. As the strike escalated, the heart of the conflict focused on Southern public utilities. The workers, unified in their cause, stood firm against the company that had long refused to acknowledge their newly formed union. Signs raised high, voices loud and unwavering, the workers demanded fair treatment and recognition. The tension between labor and corporate power became a battleground of principles and survival. What had begun as a peaceful protest was now a fight for dignity. In a desperate attempt to crush the rising movement, Southern Public Utilities called in reinforcements. Armed strikebreakers, hired to intimidate and silence the workers, arrived alongside local police. Their presence marked a shift from peaceful protest to the threat of violence. The air grew thick with fear as workers stared down the barrels of weapons, knowing that the cost of their struggle could be far greater than they had ever imagined. The peaceful protest erupted into chaos. As tensions reached a boiling point, a single act of violence ignited a firestorm. A teenage boy, caught in the fray, was struck by police, and panic spread through the crowd like wildfire. People fled in every direction as officers raised their weapons, while others tried to shield the injured and fallen. What had begun as a fight for rights now devolved into a desperate scramble for survival, with smoke and fear thick in the air. By the end of the day, the streets of Charlotte were eerily silent. The once bustling protest site was now a scene of sorrow and loss. 5 lives had been claimed in the violence, and the wounded lay scattered, victims of a conflict that had spiraled out of control. The streetcar, the symbol of the workers' demands, now stood idle as a reminder of the tragedy. Families mourned, and the city would never be the same. As the dust settled, Charlotte's community came together in grief. Mourners gathered at the site of the protest, laying flowers and paying their respects to those who had lost their lives in the struggle. The fallen were not forgotten, their sacrifice a somber reminder of the fight for workers' rights. Though the protest had ended in bloodshed, the memories of the Battle of the Barn would echo through the city's history, a testament to the courage of those who stood up for justice.